hang on. I believe Kem is joining us.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Okay, guys, he is wrapping up his.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening, sir?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing? Sorry, man. I am fully domesticated. All right, just ran in from Home Depot, Bed Bath and Beyond. You know what I'm saying? Refrigerator filters, pot and soil.
Oh, that kind of, okay. Oh, I respect it. I respect it. Well, first of all, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on the show. My name is T-Storm. That's my partner, Mike Swift. And this is called the Unpopular Opinions Show. And we do a little shit talking in it, but nothing too hardcore, you know.
Okay. All right.
You know
I'm with you.
So, okay, first of all, you're recently married.
Recently married. November 9th, coming up on a year.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
That is wonderful. Actually, November 9th happens to be my mom's birthday. So,
oh, wow, okay.
Easy to remember. Yeah. I'm celebrating 8 years of marriage today, actually.
Well, congratulations to you and your bride as well.
Thank you.
I'm celebrating 47 years of not married.
My man. Well, we'll keep the light on for you. We'll keep the light on. Right. Never say never. Look. Yeah, never say never. Look, you can still get it in.
I don't say never. I say maybe at this point. But look, off the bat, man. We were talking a little bit before you hopped on, and we were trying to find a way to describe you, and calling you an artist is not enough. Songwriter, producer, accomplished artist, world-renowned, international. And I want to personally add the brother who is carrying the weight of R&B music on his back nearly by himself.
That's a bold statement. You know, that last one, I'm with you with all of it up until that last one. I receive it and I love it and my ego loves it. But there are a lot of, there's some of us out here, man, holding it up. Lettucey, Tony just came out. The women, the young girls, Summer Walker, her, there's some people getting it in. But I receive all of that.
contributing to the balance. You know what I mean? Because right. We talk about, we talk about hip hop, hip hop music in general, which seems to be more the driving force of, in the music industry right now. And it's all one-sided. You know what I mean? There's not very much, when we were coming up, I'm 47. When we were coming up, and at least within hip hop, there was balance to it. There was more messages, you know what I mean? That's not happening now. And then we also still had R&B. And that's kind of, especially on mainstream radio, that's kind of,
Right. So to that point, I received that. I mean, and I guess, as far as traditional R&B goes, there are a few of us out. There are a few of us left, who still make music that way. You know what I'm saying? With those sensibilities. Mm-hmm. Look, because the people who listen to my music, they was listening to the Isleys and Patty and Luther and you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm holding the gate open, for that music. I have to come like that, for my audience, and I don't take it for granted. So I receive all of that. Yeah.
And when I listen to the new album, I hear a little bit of Isley's inspiration. I hear some Marvin Gaye, some Curtis Mayfield. Those are like your big influences.
Some of everybody's in there. I'm a songwriter first. So before an artist gets my attention, I'm enthralled with the song. You know what I'm saying? So like I've heard the song and I may know the song and not know the artist because I'm just so locked into the craft of songwriting and melody. So all of that is in there, right? I grew up listening to all of that. Prince is in there. Of course, we, Live Out Your Love with Tony is really, a really homage to Marvin. I'm in love again. Girl, you keep the game switched up. I'm in love again.
I'm in love again. Yeah. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'm in love again. So in love with you.
The Isley Brothers, I'll take that. I'll take one with Ron any day. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
So all right, so I do want to get into the album and some of the influences and how you put it together, but I think it's really important for young people to not only see the end result, the success, but to really see the journey, right? How you got there. And as I was reading up about you, your journey, man, was really, really interesting. Can you take us through that a little bit? Starting with before the first album, before Chemistry.
Before Chemistry, I was waiting tables. I was singing in wedding bands. I was trying to figure out how to, get good credit. I was trying to keep my car together. You know what I'm saying? You're right, because a blowout, y'all know what I'm talking about. You have a blowout or your that'll the whole house of cards will fall down.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Oh yeah,
it's a wrap. So I was doing that dance. And before that, I grew up in the suburbs. In the suburbs of Detroit with with my mom and dad in the house. They got their George and Wheezy on. We bought a house in the Jewish neighborhood, man, and but I was with all the trappings of middle class success, but I was deep into an addiction to alcohol and drugs, which eventually led me to being homeless and out on the streets. So so when I'm writing these songs and you're hearing this music, it's coming from a place that is authentic and it's genuine. That's all, that's before Chemistry. And then of course, Chemistry came along. I financed that. I got my credit together and financed the Chemistry album on a credit card and started selling it myself. That's when y'all could buy, CDs. You could go into your mom and pop, or you could go into Best Buy or wherever you bought CDs and you could buy records. So I was selling them myself before we got signed. That's how I ended up getting signed to Motown. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I read like you sold like 15,000 units on your own.
Yeah. 17. We had to do it. It was 17. Oh wow. Yeah. 17,000 out the trunk of my car. Yep. Literally, dude, my apartment complex that UPS be dropping off boxes. A neighbor looking at me like, what is this Negro doing? What is this Negro doing? You know what I'm saying? You can't be selling drugs because UPS is involved,
Oh, he got a serious hookup. Something going on.
Right.
Yeah. That's really dope. So the stuff that you write now, in terms of what was going on socially, you've dealt with some, social issues in your music.
Yeah.
How do you it's hard for me to stay encouraged sometimes in watching what's happening. You know what I mean? How do you draw inspiration from seeing what, from not staying in a dark place? My faith is my foundation, so I don't on a good day, I don't operate by what I see. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha.
I try to keep, that's why, I try to encourage folks to keep your internal mechanism, nourished on the right type of stuff, regardless of what's going on in the world. But you can't ignore what's going on in the world. You can't be in denial about what's going on in the world. And this album really is music for the times, and I didn't really plan it that way, but that's all things working together. It's music for the times, it acknowledges what's going on in the world while at the same time beckons you to not give up on the good in the world. There is good in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that good, to me, that good is love. At the end of the day, no matter what's going on, when all else fails, we got one thing in common, and that is somebody loves us and we love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that will always stand. And that's where I try to lean on when I get discouraged.
And we can definitely hear that in the album. So I've checked out the album. I've actually listened to it a couple of times already. And it's just this undercurrent of love, right? So it's love music, loving a woman, loving people, loving the world, loving yourself, which is really in line in what you make, you know, all your other projects. How are you able to continue to make the music that is Kem, right? As soon as you hear it, you hear the songwriting, the musicianship, we know it's you, but it's still fresh every time.
There's a time to laugh, a time to weep. The time has come for you and me to be whole again. Well, 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 ain't no mystery that love has laid hands on me. And quite simply, as far as I can see, after all the hell that's been, love always wins.
Yeah. You know, that's faith, favor, and grace and mercy in action. Right? You know, I love music, man. And it's definitely a delicate, it's a delicate dance, you know. And if you've listened to my previous records and then listened to this one, this is probably, as far as production is concerned, the most contemporary record that I've done. You know, there's a lot of programming on this record. You know, a lot of it was recorded remotely. You know, and you know, which you know, when you first present that to me, it's like, no, dog, I need to be with the band, you know. But really, whatever the process is, however we get there, the only thing that matters is that I dig what's coming out of the speakers. At the end of the day, do I like what I'm hearing back? You know what I mean? And because I'm writing the songs are going to be, they're going to be me. You know, my phrasing at this stage of my phrasing, my melodies, you know, how I feel about music, all that stuff is that just is what it is, you know. And you can put it over anything. You can put it over, you know, an acoustic song like Friend Today.
Ripped straight from the headlines. The devil's on every page. Keep away from the spotlight, 'cause people are drifting away, and I just wonder if you're my friend today.
Or you can put it over, you know, Can't Stop Giving Love at 120 beats per minute.
We all live our story lives. We're on the world stage. It's your right, it's your life, it's your problem. But love conquers hate, we can't wait. That's why you can't stop giving love, baby. You can't stop giving, love is life. You can't stop giving love, darling. 'Cause love will show you right.
And it's still, you know, it's still me, you know. So I try not to, you know, go stray so far away that my you know, my core base gets alienated. But I also want to express myself.
You could definitely hear some of the newer influences, definitely in some of the drums. As I was listening to the production, who did you work with on this project? Who did you collab with to bring in that freshness?
His name is, we call him DOA, Derek DOA Allen. Met him a few years ago through my manager. He's toured a lot, you know, toured with Lionel, been on the road with Janet, you know, he's cool with Jimmy and Terry. So it was, you know, was the right producer for this record, the right producer for this body of work, man. So he's a really, really, really bad dude. A lot of going back and forth. And he also thinks that I'm crazy.
So
why does he think you're crazy?
Yeah. Why?
Why does he think you're crazy?
Because, dude, I don't, it's not like you come and, because I go in on my records. I'm very involved on, it's like you're not just bringing a song to me and saying like, that's it. It's like, no, let's, we go, but there's a back and forth, that will go on until, and I don't care how long it goes on, until it's the way that, the way that it's supposed to be, and I don't really know what that is. I just know it is. I just know it when I hear it, so if you ask him, he'll say, yeah, I took the money, but,
So okay. So are you like me in that, and when I'm in the car, I default to the music that I grew up to. I still do listen to some of the new, like the new stuff or whatever, but I find myself, and I try, it's a conscious effort not to stay there.
Yeah.
But I listen to, I'm a hip hop head, so everything from LL Cool J to Fight the Power, PE to Kwame, all that stuff that I grew up listening to when I was a kid. Who do you listen to when it's just you?
I listen to a lot of old stuff. Not necessarily stuff that I grew up on, but like if a song is good to me, I keep it in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be going back, man. Jill Scott, Golden, Is It the Way? All those records. All the classics, from Anita and Patty, Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, all that stuff is in there, but I'm not, and I don't. Well, I probably shouldn't say this. I'm not going to say that. So when I am listening to radio, there are standouts with the new stuff too. Like Talk by Khalid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the new or stuff by Drake. I dig. The girls that I mentioned. Summer Walker, SZA. You know what I mean? A great song is a great song. I'm not mad at Cardi B, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I respect when somebody gets on. Everybody's communicating to somebody. Everybody is and we can debate about what the content is. You know what I'm saying? But for her to elevate herself, it's inspiring to somebody else. And I ain't got to agree with everything that you're talking about. I ain't got to, watch your videos. I ain't got to be like that. But there's as far as artistry is concerned, I have to, I respect that. Even if I don't necessarily dig it personally, I respect it.
We've said on the show, I've said on the show that, Cardi she's talking about what she knows. She came out of the strip club. That was her life. Right. She's not fronting. She's not putting on about that. That's what she knows. And so it's that she's, you write about what you know. And that's what what she's doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the audience for sure. Right. I don't really bang with it, but I mean, to your point, and I'm right in the same boat. Anyone, and I've said this on the show, anyone who accomplishes greatness, they're not dumb people. They should be respected for their hustle. Just because you don't like it or you don't prefer it doesn't mean it should go away. So I won't really particularly listen to her music, but I absolutely big up her hustle.
Right. Yeah. And I feel that. I feel that, somewhere, we're all speaking to somebody, and I think that, I'm not mad at her. Completely.
All right, here's a jumping subjects real quick. So in terms of what's happening with Black Lives Matter and the conversation about equality, I found myself having conversations with Caucasian brothers and sisters about what it's like to grow up as, to be Black in America, and find myself being sometimes frustrated that they don't get where I'm coming from, right? Case in point, I lived in Philly for a little while, and I remember a year, some change ago, those brothers that were arrested in the Starbucks for just sitting in the Starbucks, and I talked with a coworker of mine who happened to be white, and his thing was they had to have done something. There's no way cops would just mess with them. We had this whole back and forth. A year later, like this year actually, he texted me and it's like, dude, I was so wrong. I'm so sorry. Seeing what these cops are doing to people right now, I'm so sorry. So, I mean, do you have those type of conversations, and how do you approach
I have white friends, man, that have reached out to me, that have, that have questions, that are really, authentic and genuine. I have white people in my life, man, who would take a bullet for me, and we can have those conversations. And those are my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Those are my, we can have those conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for those people who don't get it, I don't really need you to get it. I just need you to respect me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to get it. We ain't got to be friends. I'm not trying to get you to like me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not trying to, I ain't convinced. I'm not trying to, we ain't got to be friends. We let's just respect each other. You understand? Just respect what it is, So that's how I try to treat people. I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated, the way that I expect to be treated. And when I'm not, I deal with that at the time, but I got good Black people and I got good white people in my life, and I'm happy about that, and I get flack about that sometimes, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't denounce a whole race. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't talk to you no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you don't call me and we can't have that conversation, then I have to investigate what that is. You got to acknowledge it, Then I had a dude, he called me, man, and he said, I don't know what, I just want to know, is it okay for us to talk about this? I mean, and I really don't know what to do. And I was like, dude, just the fact that you are reaching out to just even acknowledge what it is, we can talk about it, but that's good. That's good. We're good. You know what I'm saying? We're good. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's dope. Word. Yeah, man. Your album. I have been warned not to play it around my wife, or else we may end up with another baby that she wants. And I haven't agreed to yet. But the album is Love Always Wins.
Yeah.
Available now. I'm excited to check it out too, because I'm to be honest, I know your singles. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm familiar with your work, but I know the singles what played on the radio. I wasn't, deep into the album, but it always takes me a little longer to delve into an album though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that. I'm not completely mad at you.
Well, I'm all on board.
Wait, completely? Not completely, man. There's something in there, brother. My bad, brother. I got respect. I love it.
Get on the phone, do an interview, dude tell you he ain't listen to your record. Well, I'm not familiar with you, but
no, that's not what I
mean. I know the singles. I know the ones that my wife likes, but it's all good. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, dog.
Look, I'm all on board. There are a class of albums that I feel like everybody absolutely should have in their collection. And I think Chemistry and the second album, man, just everybody should have those two albums. They are classic albums. Yeah.
Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it.
Brother, we appreciate you joining on the show, man. Thank you for taking time to sit and talk with us, man. And
it was my pleasure, man.
And continue your domestication. I wish you, Because
I
I'm
had to
dealing
go
with
up here and make dinner next. I had to go up here and whip up some spaghetti real quick and feed people before somebody get hurt.
my wife sicks our 3-year-old on me. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Get him.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how that goes. But yeah, again, brother, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being with us today, man.
Thanks, fellas. Be blessed and stay safe. It was a pleasure.
Too, brother.
Same to you, man.
All right. Okay.
I highly recommend that album. And I'm not just saying that just because he was on and we had him on. I did listen to the album twice, back to back. It is love music. Like, it is all love music. Hell, I think at least 2 of the songs on there have love in the title, right? Like it's all about love, man. And it especially in this time, feel good music is necessary. He does it. Yeah. It's one song, and I can't remember which one it is, where he does address kind of what's going on in the world, and but you know, he doesn't really get in depth into it.
Hang on, this is Kem coming back.
All right.
Hello.
Yo, and I'm gonna say this too, right? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. Okay. I'm thinking about the Cardi B question. Yeah. And we have to remember that wherever we are witnessing somebody we're only witnessing them at their current place in time. Her story is not done yet. You know what I'm saying? She just said, like, at the beginning, and I don't have to agree with her, but I know that she's doing good in the world, right? Anybody who she sends a check to, any charity work that she does, and her story ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. So 10 years from now, she could be in a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? So
I'll say this about, as far as Cardi, I mean, she's involved in politics. She ain't no dummy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the fact that she interviewed Biden, she interviewed before Biden was the nominee. Oh my God, Bernie Sanders.
Right.
She was with Bernie Sanders. You know what I'm saying? So she's involved, she's engaged, and you know what I'm saying, she knows what she's talking about and learning. You know what I'm saying? As she's going along,
and she put some money where her mouth is. She partnered with is either a fashion brand or a makeup brand or something to donate money at the beginning of the COVID to people who were suffering. She literally was putting money in the hands of people who need it and not just feeding it to a foundation and, you know, the money gets lost in a void. And it was millions of dollars that she went out. I think it was like $1,000 a day to people who needed it. So, you know, you got to respect that.
Right, she's doing good in the world. So, you know, I ain't gotta be, you know, drinking your Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's all. All right.
No, I can dig it. Appreciate that.
I won't call back. It's probably the first time you had somebody call back. That was
the first. And I am so honored that he came back.
All right, fellas.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace. Hey, thanks for watching the Unpopular Opinion Show right here on YouTube. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button.
Yeah, hit it. You haven't hit it yet.
You ain't hit it yet. What do you? Yeah, come on,
just people. Hit it. Okay, the like button too. I mean, you got it.
Yes, got it. All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you.